Hi guys, welcome back to another episode where I will once again be trying to get the best drafts on YouTube. So we're going to start out here. We've got 3 drafts in the video today. All of them are pretty good drafts, but the last draft is by far the best one. I've just got so many insane rounds, but we'll come to that, when we get to that point in the video. We're starting off here. We get 91 Johnson, cornerback. Looks like an absolutely incredible corner. I mean, it's not often you get elite corners besides the Legends players in draft from my experience anyway, and I've done a fair few drafts, but we managed to pick up a really good one there, which is definitely going to help. Second round gold round, not insane, but we get a campus player who they play a lot higher than their ratings suggest, which is going to benefit us. And we get Graham right outside backer there, so we're getting a good linebacker core going on. And this round here, choosing between these 3 was really difficult, but I've heard a lot of good things about TJ Yeldon. I mean, we could use a wide receiver, but since we haven't got a quarterback yet, I'm going to pick up Yeldon, so at least we have that option to run the ball a lot. And like I said, from what I've heard and from what I've seen on a few other YouTubers' videos, his card just plays insane. Malik Jackson as well. Unfortunately, not one of his higher rated cards, but we'll take him because as a sort of right end player, he's phenomenal. And another round here. We could get Witten, and I mean, I haven't used Witten before. If you check out my other series, I've actually got a Cowboys Road to Glory series going on at the moment, and we're hopefully going to work towards the signature Witten. But we're going to pick up Witten there, get a left guard in. So at the moment, we haven't got a lot of options offensively besides running the ball. But we managed to fill out our linebacker core there. So on defence, we're pretty sorted at this point. We've got a good linebacker core. We've got a good cornerback. Got one of our D-line, Malik Jackson securing things up. And another elite round here. Already got a right outside linebacker. Already got a halfback. So we're going to pick up Jimmy Graham. So when we get those 2 tight end sets involved, we have 2 really good tight ends, Jimmy Graham and Witten. Both quick, both good route running, both good catching traffic. So hopefully they'll benefit us a lot. Definitely not going to pick up Tulloch that round. So we'll get in wide receiver and go from there. And since all that we've got at the moment, to be honest, is running the ball with Yeldon, we're going to beef up the line where we can. Another phenomenal round here. Once again, another really high rated player. Unfortunately, it's in a duplicate position, but of course we're going to get David in there. 94 rated. We can move Graham over to left outside linebacker, where he's actually an 84, I think 84 or 85 rated anyway, so I'm going to definitely benefit from that. And we're going to really build up the left hand side of our line, because I like to run to the left hand side anyway, especially with that inside zone play. So building up the left hand side is definitely going to benefit us. Another gold round. Unfortunately, I think if this was a high elite round, our overall would have shot up. But I mean, we get an 84 rated left end. It's the position we needed, so can't complain at this point. And I'm going to choose between Rob Woodson and Elway. Not sure who. I know we need a quarterback, but I mean, we don't have many wide receivers to actually throw to, so could get Woodson to lock down the defence a bit more and just, put all our eggs in one basket on the run. But I'm also thinking we have those 2 tight ends who we can throw to, so Elway would be a good pick, and we're going to go with him because I mean, on defence we have good linebacker core, both ends, good ends with Malik Jackson in there, and already one good cornerback. So we get an 85 overall. Not sure how when both the other 2 are 84 overall. We get an 85 overall there. I'm moving into the second draft. Coach pick doesn't matter too much for me because I tend to run very sort of standard offensive plays. Like I like the inside zone run. That's the one I'll use the most. I like the mesh play, and most playbooks tend to have those plays in them. But this draft here, another good one. I mean, every pick could have been chosen. So let me know in the comments down below in each draft what you would have done differently as opposed to what I pick, because it's always nice to see how you guys would have drafted compared to me. We get 2 elites here, and we get Jimmy Smith, who I seem to get in every single draft, but not going to go with him. Going to build up the linebacker core because I think that is the most important part of draft. I mean, you get one decent cornerback, I think, because people tend to get one good receiver, and then you build up the linebacker core to cover everything over the middle, and then you can obviously do blitzes, because I tend to play cover 3 a lot. Getting some good linebackers in there definitely helps. And so far, we haven't got any phenomenal rounds, but we're getting good solid picks. We haven't got a bad player pick. They're just not insanely high overalls. But we're going to get TJ Clemmings in there. Good right tackle. It's always good to get 1 or 2 linemen in there, so you can't just get totally abused and people, block shedding and get into your quarterback, and you get a little bit of time. Once again, not a phenomenal pick. Unfortunately, this draft wasn't the best one in the world, but the overall does increase towards the end of the draft, and the final draft in the episode, arguably my best one I've ever got. But moving on here, 2 golds, and we've got Carl Williams. I mean, he's not the best player in the world, so we're actually going to go with Khalil there. Build up the line a bit more. Like I said, you have to have a good line because your quarterback needs time to pick out the receivers, because you're either only going to have one good receiver, and at the moment I haven't got a quarterback, so I need someone who they'll be given time to actually pick out a wide open route. We get a bunch of 86s there. Unfortunately, we get Pouncey here, and we already have a centre, which is annoying, but you can always move the centre over to left guard or right guard, and overall they still play really well there. And I seem to get CJ Mosley in every single draft I do, which I'm not going to complain about because he always plays phenomenally for me. But I'm going to take him at this point because of his rating, and since he does play so well, and it's always good, like I said, to get that linebacker core in. Another few good picks here. I mean, I like Talib. I love the way Talib plays because he's a press corner, and that means they obviously can't make those good runs, and he'll just keep them locked down. And a lockdown corner, I think, is a lot better than a good zone coverage corner, even though I do play zone a lot. Talib just locks down so well, and we went with him. Once again, Malik Jackson. A lot of duplicate picks, sort of in these drafts, actually. I tend to get the high-rated players seem to overlap a lot. And annoyingly, I could have gone with JJ Watt there, but obviously we already have a left end, and I'm going to go with Cam there because your safeties can also play corner to a decent standard, whereas that left end wouldn't have been good over the middle. And Falk, I mean, we always get Marshall Falk as well, which is quite confusing, but we're going to go with him because we don't have a quarterback. We need to abuse the run yet again in this draft. We only got 83 overall there, actually, so it's not the best draft, not as good as the first one, but this is the big boy draft. And also, guys, let me know down in the comments whether you'd like to see some gameplay from these drafts as well, because I do play the games, I just don't show them. But I think with the first team I drafted in this video, we actually ended up winning the whole thing, and with this team, I'm still playing through it while making this video, so we'll see how this team does. But with the overall, I expect to at least do really well, because we get Pouncey there to start with. Good, it's always good to get a good centre in, because people, if they tend to use the D-line, they'll use the middle one, and the centre can just hold them back for a lot longer than, the outside people who would hold them anyway. Good pick here, all high rated, all roughly in the 90s. We're going to go with Vic, just because he's a double threat quarterback. I mean, I'm not one who tends to roll out that much, but it's always nice to have the option there if I need it. But I tend to sort of stand in the pocket and I'm a pocket passer. So someone like Tony Romo or Tom Brady for me works perfectly. Had a gold round, now moving into an elite round. All of these, they're not picks to write home about, but they're all solid picks. And we're going to go with Aaron Donald there to shore up the line a bit. Once again, no point going with Eli Manning, we've already got Vic. And we're going to go with a campus wide receiver, because the campus wide receivers are actually really good. They're always either really quick or good at playing the aggressive catch. And once again, very good high-rated picks. I'm not sure who to go with here. I mean, we have Logan Ryan. It's always good to get a corner in there. So I think we're going to go with him, because you tend to get more legends, last pick running backs than you do cornerbacks. So we'll go with him and hopefully get a running back later on. And for the third draft in a row, I get that Super Bowl Malik Jackson, and I'm not going to pass it up because phenomenal card. And as you can see, we already have a centre, so this pick to me, no-brainer. Going to go with the right guard there. Not going to try and pronounce his name because I will get that wrong. And another 90 rated pick here. And Vance McDonald, I think it's Vance McDonald that has the insanely high run block. So And he's also really cheap in Madden Ultimate Team. So if you're looking for a tight end who's an insane run blocker, pick up that Vance McDonald card, because he's about 12k and he has in the 90s run block, which is better than a lot of people's line. So that will just be sort of a 6th lineman in there a lot of the time for your runs to, you know, it will definitely help you gain a few yards. That's what I'm trying to say. Another 90 rated round here. I've already got a centre, so I'm not going to go with him. Could go with a defensive tackle. I've already got a right guard, so I'm not going to go with Yonder. So I'm definitely going to go with a defensive tackle there. Build up the line a bit more, and we have all but the left end at this point. So we're set. I mean, you don't need all 4 linemen, I don't think, but 3 out of the 4, more than good enough. They'll put pressure on the quarterback. They'll stuff the run enough, because people tend to run towards your right end anyway. So Malik Jackson will sort that out. And we'll get a free safety in there, because we haven't actually built up the linebackers that much. So we'll get a free safety in there, and he'll shore things up. You know, the deep balls, he'll be able to hopefully deal with my opponent's receivers. Larry Fitzgerald as well. Unfortunately, wasn't one of his higher rated cards, but I always love using Fitzgerald. Plays so well in Madden. Not sure who to go with here. I mean, let me know down below who you would have went with. I went with the wide receiver because I prefer the offensive threat, but that could be a mistake. But I mean, we got Vic. Going to go with a wide receiver to give me a few more options, and luckily we did get a running back, so it was good we went with the cornerback earlier on, so we can make room for Falk in there. We could go with Finnerin. I've never actually used Finnerin, and his card looks really good. It looks like similar to a Calvin Johnson type player. But that's the end of that draft. We actually end up getting really high overall again. If you've enjoyed the video, drop a like on it, comment down below what you would have done differently, and subscribe for more.